Hi, everybody. Is there any more people that are going to be let in? Well, they will come in as they roll in, right? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Cal State LA Paralegal Studies Program informational session. My name is Bobby Remus. I'm the interim director here at the program. And alongside with me is Brittany Brooks. She's been a wonderful, wonderful asset to the program. So let's start with the lovely first PowerPoint slide. So the agenda. Our agenda goes into detail about about Cal State LA and the downtown Los Angeles campus, overview of the Paralegal Studies Certificate Program, programming format costs, registration, financial aid, student services, and the Cal State LA Downtown LA team, and last but not least, Q&A. So Cal State LA, I'm very, very proud to say that Cal State LA is one of the largest public universities in Los Angeles and an educational leader in the region since 1947. The university serves over 20,000 students and has graduated over 250,000 alumni. The university is consistently ranked #1 in the United States for upward mobility of its students by the New York Times, Third Way, and others, and it's home to the national ranked programs by the U.S. News and World Report magazine. So the Cal State LA Downtown LA campus first welcomed its students in 2016. It was designed to meet the needs of the 21st century learners. Cal State LA Downtown features 12 classrooms, 2 state-of-the-art computer labs, student lounge areas, collaborative workspaces, and administrative and faculty offices. And it's located in the heart of downtown Los Angeles at the corner of 8th and Grand, just blocks away from the 7th and Metro Center station. Cal State LA Paralegal Studies Program, nearly 50 years. We have to say that we're very, very proud that we are an American Bar Association approved program, one of the California's earliest ABA approved programs since 1978. We have been building a strong foundation in legal knowledge, and we have classrooms that have hands-on experiences where students learn about client interviewing, legal research, document preparation, analysis, and of course, last but not least, legal technology, since it has become much more entrenched as the days go forward, how legal technology is more and more part of the fabric of the legal industry. Okay, so why would you want to choose paralegal studies? Well, California employs a large number of paralegals in the United States. The average annual salary for paralegals is about $78,720. It's 28% higher than the national average. Opportunity for lifelong learning, which includes continuing legal education. There's multiple diverse career paths, including law school or litigation support manager, but we'll talk about that later as you get more involved in the program of the various career paths that you can take once you complete this program. And career growth in this program is fused into a practical and affordable degree. So the program curriculum consists of these 6 courses: American legal system, civil litigation, legal research and writing, legal terminology, transactional law, and administrative law. Just to note though, for these 6 classes, you have to get a C or above to complete the program for every single class. So if you get a C minus, you have to unfortunately take the class over again. So just a reminder, C or above, and you will complete this program once you have a C or above for all these 6 classes listed here in the program curriculum. Technology. We are proud to say that we have the state-of-the-art computer labs, PC and Mac, MS Suite offices, Westlaw, litigation, and other legal databases. The Los Angeles Library is very close by, only blocks away, but we also have student lounges with access to technology and printers. Program comparison. When you're looking at these program comparisons of other paralegal programs in the Los Angeles area, Cal State LA is by far very cost effective. So when you compare Cal State LA to CSU Long Beach, UCLA Extension, Cal State East Bay, and San Francisco State University, we give much more for the bang for the buck, so to speak. Very cost effective and a very recognized American Bar Association approved program. Okay, so what are some of Page's Paralegal Studies benefits and expectation? First and foremost, once you graduate from this program, you'll be recognized by prospective employers that you came from a program that's been approved by the American Bar Association, which is a total plus. It meets the criteria for the California Business and Professions Code Section 6450, which it's a law which basically mandates who in California can and cannot call themselves a paralegal. The downtown Los Angeles location gives you lots of access to the legal community. There's lots of law firms that are based here in downtown. Instructors' real-world experiences are shared with students. So the great thing is you have attorneys, a paralegal, and a judge give you real hands-on experience from their perspectives, their work experience, and they bring it into the classroom, which is total benefit to you. The program uses practical approach to introduce paralegal skills, promotes active learning and engagement, and the expectations are to obtain a solid foundational understanding of the paralegal discipline, learn how to apply paralegal skills in your current professional environment, improve your communication skills because you'll be talking and speaking and conversing with various types of people within the law firm and the corporation, establishing relationships and network with other classmates, instructors, and other legal professionals. And last but not least, you will have fun learning because sometimes when you network with others, you never know what kind of opportunities open with regards to connecting with those. All right, program format. The paralegal program is offered part-time with classes scheduled on the weekdays during the evenings. Participants in the program can complete the program as little as 2 semesters for like 1 full academic year. Participants can take up to a maximum of 4 courses per semester, and you can coordinate your course load with your personal and work schedules. But at the end of the day, it's up to you as to what you can handle because, of course, you have your workload, your family life, your personal life, etc. Each course meets once a week during the academic calendar, 16 weeks. All courses are held in the evenings from 6:30 to 9:15, Monday through Thursday. All courses are offered in the fall and the spring semesters only, and students need to complete all 6 required courses with a final grade of C or higher to earn a certificate of completion. Okay, upcoming program schedule. If you have not already applied, there is still time to apply for the fall semester, so please remember the sooner that you can apply and get all the required documents in, the better. The start of the term for fall semester is on August 24th, 2026, and the end of the term for this coming semester is December 19th, and spring begins on January 25th, 2027, and the end of that semester is May 22nd, 2027. Brittany, I'll hand it over to you for the application process.
Bobby. Yes, thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here this evening. My name is Brittany Brooks. I am the program developer here in the College of Professional and Global Education that oversees the Paralegal Studies Program. So I work a little more behind the scenes with Bobby to make sure that everything runs smoothly for you once you're here. So like Bobby said, if you are interested in starting with us this fall, you still have time to submit the application. It's going to be open until this coming Monday, August 3rd. I think the slide here says 5 p.m. on August 3rd, but it's actually open until 11:55 p.m. on Monday. So you still have the next couple days to get that in if you haven't already. You'll submit an online application through our website, and there'll be a link to our website on the next slide. Tomorrow or Friday, I will be sending these slides out to everybody. Since you RSVP'd, we have your information. So I'll send you the slides so you'll have this for reference, and then you can get to the website that way. To qualify for the program, you'll need to have a bachelor's degree or an associate degree of arts or science from an accredited post-secondary institution. Unfortunately, if it's an associate of applied science or another type of occupational or vocational degree, that's not going to meet the educational requirement. Also, if you completed your undergraduate education at a university where English was not the primary language, you'll need to submit evidence of English language proficiency. If that was the case, you can contact the email address here, pagestudents@calstatela.edu. That is for our enrollment services department, and they can give you more information about how to submit that English language proficiency. Same thing, if you don't have that bachelor's or associate degree, you can contact enrollment services at pagestudents@calstatela.edu for an additional process, alternative process. And unfortunately, we aren't able to accept transfer credit. So if you started a PLS program elsewhere, we aren't able to award credit for that. You'll have to take all 6 classes here as part of the program. So to complete that application, you'll need to submit your official transcripts. You can either send them electronically, which is usually the easiest and cheaper way to go, if your other institutions have that option. If not, you can have the hard sealed copies mailed to the address here, Cal State LA downtown. And then if you have already attended Cal State LA and you already have a campus identification number, a CIN, so you won't need to submit transcripts from Cal State LA, but we will need your CIN number so that both our admissions team can look up your transcripts and also so that you're not issued a second CIN number because merging your 2 records is really complicated. So we want to make sure you're not given a second one if you've ever attended Cal State LA before. So again, our PLS program website link is here at the bottom. You can access the application through there as well as all the detailed information for how to submit that. The program fees, so currently this fall, the program is $300 per unit. So all 6 of our courses are 3 units each, so each course is $900. Starting in the spring, that tuition is going to go up just a little bit to $330 per unit. So if you're able to join us this fall and able to max out your course load, if you take all 3 classes this fall for the first half of the program, then you'll save a little bit of money. But again, it's not a huge increase. So however your schedule works out, it should still be fine moving forward into the spring, but we just want to make sure that you're aware of that ahead of time so that there are no surprises down the road. The program cost is just tuition, so that doesn't include the course materials or parking. Parking at the downtown campus is $7 a day. We do have a secured parking structure adjacent to our building, so you don't have to worry about trying to find parking. You won't be on the street. We have a nice big parking structure attached to our building, so that's really convenient. And then payment is due at the time that you register for the courses that you're going to be taking that semester. So if you're taking 2 courses in the fall, you're only paying for those 2 courses. You're not paying for all 6 courses up front. And unfortunately, at this time, we don't have a payment plan available. If you do need financial assistance, we have a couple options. We don't have federal financial aid available for the Paralegal Studies program because it's not a degree-seeking program, but private loans are still an option. So you can find out more information here on our financial aid website. Again, we'll send you these slides so you can access them and click through the hyperlinks. Additionally, sometimes students have their employer is willing to pay for their professional development and further education. So if that's the case where your employer will be paying for it, again, you can reach out to pagestudents@calstatela.edu to coordinate how they can pay the enrollment services office so that we can get you registered. Here are the important dates to remember, because I know we had a handful of dates that we covered throughout the presentation here. So again, the application deadline is going to be Monday, August 3rd. So you still have the rest of this week to submit your application if you haven't already and you want to start with us this fall. The registration deadline for fall 2026 is Friday, August 14th. So that will give us enough time to make sure that you're registered in your classes, you have access to Canvas, which is our learning management system. You have full access to your classes so that you're ready to go on the start of the semester on August 24th. Also, our new student orientation is going to be Friday, August 14th. So we want to put that on your calendar so you can save the date. It's going to be from 12 to 1:30. So we tried to keep it during the lunch hour. It's going to be on Zoom, so you don't have to come to the downtown campus for that. So once you've applied and been admitted, you'll be given information again on how to register for your classes and as well as how to sign up and RSVP for the new student orientation. But again, we just want to get these dates on your calendar. And then again, the fall semester will start Monday, August 24th and go through Saturday, December 19th. So That was a really quick presentation that we just ran through for you here. I see there are some comments in the chat, but again, if you have any further questions, well, we're happy to answer any questions you have now. But moving forward, here is Professor Remus's email. I don't know if we said at the beginning, Bobby is he's our faculty program director for the PLS program. He also teaches in the program, so you'll get to know him very well. And then page enrollment services, they handle the application process, the registration process. So any questions that you have to get started, you can reach out to them there. So let me pull up the chat here so we can make sure to get any questions going. Yeah, so unfortunately, we don't have any classes offered in the summer or the winter terms. It's just the fall and spring full 16-week academic semesters. So it is possible to complete the program in that one academic year. So if you took 3 classes this fall, 3 classes in the spring, you'd be done um, in May. Sometimes students will stretch it out a little bit more, so you could do 2, 2, and 2, so you do it over 3 semesters. If you need to take 1 class a semester because the rest of your life is very busy, that's also fine. So kind of however best fits your schedule. We do recommend that students take the classes in order. So generally, if students are taking it in 2 semesters, you do 7001, 7002, 7003 in the fall, and then 7004, 5, and 6 in the spring. When will course books be posted? So once you are registered for your classes, you will have access to Canvas. Um, if if your faculty choose to publish their Canvas shells prior to the first day of class, then you will have access to the syllabi and or the syllabus for each class and course materials. If they don't publish before the first day of class, you will find out what is needed for each class on that first day of class. At this time, yes, all classes are in person at the downtown campus. We are working on developing an online program. There are some guidelines that we have to follow to make sure that we maintain the ABA approval as we transition to online. But for fall and spring, right now, it is still a fully online program.
I'll take
Uh,
on this question. The next one where it says, is 3 classes per semester typically a lot for someone who has a full-time job just trying to gauge workload homework? It is, but some students can do it. It just depends on, what is your comfort level at the end of the day? Most students would take, if they're working full-time, they'll take 2 classes, not 3, but some do 3 and they're just fine. They're very, very busy, but at the end of the day, that decision should probably ultimately be up to you because you know your schedule best, right? You know what you are willing to take on. So is 3 classes per semester possible? Absolutely yes. Even with a full-time job, you will be busy. But again, that's more of a personal decision. You know, these are great
Thank you,
questions.
Bobby. Yeah, and to expand on that, when we looked at the program comparison, some of the other programs offer continuing education units, CEUs. For our program, you're actually earning full academic credit. So you will be able to order transcripts. It will show these courses. You're earning 3 full semester units per class. So that will be a 9 semester unit course load if you take 3 classes per semester. So it's definitely doable, but it is equivalent to a full 3 unit semester class. I know we've skipped around a little bit. Is there an application fee? There shouldn't be an application fee. I don't believe so, because we're not going through the Cal State Apply website. You're not applying to the university. You're applying specifically to the College of Professional and Global Education for the PLS program. So you should just be able to log in, complete the information, submit your official transcripts, and then you should be good to go. Yeah, another question, just reiterating. Yeah, for this fall 26 and spring 27 will be fully in person. They are not online. Yeah, okay. And I think that's all the questions here. Okay, we have another one. Did the program support graduates with career placement or guidance? Bobby, do you want to answer that question?
Yes, we often, professors and some of the administration do sometimes disperse information about job openings that are available for students, even though they may not have graduated yet or being close to graduate. They might have to wait like a full year to graduate. They do often, like I myself as a professor, often talk about job openings that are available and to think about in the future, and also try to connect you with recruiters that can take you to the next level and try to help you get placed within within the LA area industry in a paralegal position.
Wonderful. And then, Bobby, also, can you speak to this as one of our instructors? Will there be group assignments or assignments generally on an individual basis?
Most are done on an individual basis, but there are some group assignments. Like I myself have some group assignments in my courses that I teach in the American Legal Systems course, as well as the Civil Litigation course. But the majority are individual based, but there's some that are collaborative that have group assignments.
And can I ask to further up on that question? When they are group assignments, are students given time in class to work together, or is that something that they collaborate outside of class on?
Both inside the class and outside the class.
Perfect.
These are
And
good exercises because at the end of the day, whether you go into a law firm or corporation, and whether you work in person or virtual or a hybrid, you do have to learn to collaborate and work with other team members within the field. And it
right.
says, are there exams throughout or the final exam at the end? Yes, usually there's a midterm and a final exam. And some professors, when those midterms and those final exams are given, those are sometimes held virtually because the majority of the time will be spent by students completing the midterm and or the final exam. There are some sporadic quizzes, but the majority of the exams are just usually the midterm, the final, and sprinkled in with some quizzes, and it varies also with other professors from professor to professor. These are great questions.
Yeah. Are there
Any
any
other
other
questions?
questions? Yeah, you're also welcome to unmute yourself if you'd like to ask in person, or you can continue putting them in the chat. Yes, thank you all so much for being here.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, everybody, thank you so much for coming to the Cal State LA Paralegal Studies Program informational session. Again, my email address is right there listed on the PowerPoint, as well as you can reach out to the administration at pagestudents@calstatela.edu. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope you pick Cal State LA as your next journey through the educational process.
Yes, thank you all so much for being here this evening.